Just hold on. No. You must go with it. You must go with it. Let's go inside here, please. Let's clear this.
The deputy governor had become so desperate to take over that he would do anything, including carrying out a coup against his governor.
People. You can see them, both of them. Number 4. Well, number 4.
Well,
you see them?
The trust there is.
You see them?
Governor Obaseki must understand the constitutional role of a governor and that of the deputy governor. The deputy governor is the deputy governor of Edo State, not the deputy governor of Governor Obaseki.
And imagine that Governor Obaseki's concern is that the deputy governor did not wait for me to choose him, or if I choose somebody else, he must be loyal to my choice. And the deputy governor most probably says it because
there is a huge controversy or internal crisis between the governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, and that of his deputy, Shaibu. A lot of people have been complaining that these two people have been fighting and the cause of their fight has not yet made public. Though recently the state governor came to clear the air that this is what is happening. But before we give you the old details, I want you guys to see how DSS stormed out Shaibu, the deputy governor of Edo State, out of Edo State event. This is not funny at all. I want you guys to see how they humiliated him and threw him out of the event and said, okay, leave.
Don't go in, please. Don't go in. You're doing what is happening. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. Tell them to feel what's happening. So just hold on. Let me get instruction. Just hold on. Let me get instruction. Do that. Record him as his name. Your Excellency. Your Excellency. No, continue recording. Don't do that. Can we go now? Let's go. Let's go.
Retrospectively, what we are.
Now, let's take the fact. A lot of people have been complaining over the time that, okay, what is going on between the Edo State governor and that of his deputy, Shaibu? People have been blaming Obaseki that for the good past 7 years he has been in power. He has spent all his time to fight one or two persons, fight one or two elites, and that has been what he has been doing, that he has not been working. While others said that the state governor is doing his best and is working, and a lot of things that he's fighting for are godfatherism and that of those who want to do things within their strength and said, okay, those state belongs to us. First of all, I want you guys to hear from the horse's mouth because there have been a lot of rumors out there that they don't know why Governor Obaseki is fighting his deputy, Philip Shaibu. That, okay, what is happening between you and your own deputy? He finally came out to clear the air, and this is what he has to say.
My deputy called a leader in APC, telling that leader that during the elections the next day of the leadership, particular speaker of the House of Assembly, that he has 5 members who are loyal to him and that he would like the 7 members of APC to work with the 5 members of PDP to produce a speaker. The deputy governor had become so desperate to take over that he would do anything, including carrying out a coup against his governor. How can you say you are loyal and you don't do that sort of a thing?
Now, you have heard from the state governor. It didn't end there. I also want you guys to watch this analysis video of Arise TV News on how they said that the fight between Obaseki and his deputy, Philip Shaibu, is beginning to spread widely, and a lot of people are getting more involved, and the state is getting more tougher. Now, I want you guys to watch this particular video with me. We'll be right back.
All right, Rufai, over to you.
Dear Governor Obaseki and Deputy Governor Shaibu, both of you should please spare us. spare us your internal struggles. When you were together, when you were in hot romance, when both of you were doing love in Tokyo, you see Deputy Governor Shaibu say, oh, my governor, Governor Obaseki is the best man ever. Oh, very lovely governor. Now, because of power, you can see what's going on. And that's why I asked Mr. Don Pedro Obaseki a question I couldn't answer. I said, see, what was the promise made to Mr. Shaibu? When Mr. Shaibu was going to go up against Adams Oshiomhole, the man that brought him to be deputy governor in the first place, you know, he had just won an election to the Federal House of Rep before, and Mr. Oshiomhole said, okay, come and be deputy governor. What were the promises that were made to Mr. Shaibu that made him hold on so strong to Obaseki and take the risk? Politicians will never tell you when they make all sorts of promises to each other. But when everything goes awry, they come back and start to tell us and to look for public sympathy. In this case, both of them are as guilty as charged. One has finished his tenure and looks and says, okay, this man that was my ride and die before might not be fit for purpose again. That one says, no, I went through the fire with you. We did it together. You remember the days of 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4, you can see the way it's ended now. And I think Nigerians should see this as an instructive note.
It's a big lesson.
Do not take these politicians seriously. They are always there for their own benefits. The day it fits them, they'll come together. The day it doesn't fit them, they'll go apart. But I will not be surprised if the deputy governor and all of this in the Squares for Power reconciles with Mr. Oshiomhole. And they move things on. But Nigerians should be careful because in this game of chess these politicians play, we are always the pawn.
Right.
They'll use us today, they'll give us sweet rhetorics, we'll lap it up like a lap dog, and we vote for them again. When is it going to be about us, the people? You can see them, both of them. Number 4. Well, number 4. You see them?
The trust there is
You
gone.
see them?
Absolutely.
Now, personally, the only thing I can say before I ask you guys what is opinion in the comment section is that these two people fight are more beyond what you guys are thinking. Over this recent period, there have been a lot of crises in Edo State. I want you guys to watch this particular video of Edo State governor and that of Shaibu and how the Arise TV news presenter analyzed the whole issues and the cause of their beef. So we'll be right back to do some messages to the video.
I mean, it is not a distraction to say you want to succeed a man who is about to complete his 2 terms in office. But you know, it is the human mind. Usually these governors, when they are coming to the end of their 2nd term, they would like to, as we say in Nigeria, anoint, especially within their own political parties. They want to anoint the person who will succeed him. But a guy who has patiently been deputy governor for 7 years obviously has an ambition to become the governor. But what the governors prefer is for you to wait, for them to look around. Sometimes they pick commissioner of finance, sometimes they pick commissioner of local government, sometimes accountant general or one senator like that at their own whim and caprices. But they are hardly ready to allow a free, open contest for anyone who is interested to come. So I can imagine that Governor Obaseki's concern is that the deputy governor did not wait for me to choose him, or if I choose somebody else, he must be loyal to my choice. And the deputy governor most probably says it because he will know if the governor is considering somebody else. And he thought, well, the only way to force the issue is to now announce my own interest and begin campaigning. So it is all within everybody's right to pursue his political ambition. But the most important thing, as Somna said, let them not plunge the state into chaos when the election is even more than a year away.
Now that you have watched this particular video, I want you guys to hear your opinion. What do you think about what is causing the crisis in Edo State? A lot of people are saying that, hey, because of these two governor and the deputy fight, that there have been a lot of riffraff in Edo State, like the confraternity are killing themselves because both of them belongs to a different confraternity. One belongs to Group A, the other one belongs to Group B, though they are governor and deputy governor.
Yeah, of course, there should be a civil way of resolving this issue, because once it starts affecting governance, then there will be a problem. And I don't know why the security officials would want to stop a deputy governor from performing his official function. Governor Obaseki must understand the constitutional role of a governor and that of the deputy governor. The deputy governor is a deputy governor of Edo State, not the deputy governor of Governor Obaseki. So it's very clear that this was a state event, and if the governor was there, there was no reason why the deputy governor should be absent. These gentlemen were both nominated and got elected the same time. The same rights that the deputy governor has is the same right that the governor has, and the same rights that the governor has is sort of the same right that the deputy governor has, because it's a joint ticket. And once they are elected and they come into government, they are supposed to understand their constitutional rule. And what are the constitutional rules? If you read from section 191 to section 193, you understand that the deputy governor is a governor in waiting, and the governor is just the current occupant. And that's where the problem actually comes from, because section 193 only says that the governor can decide to give any role that he thinks he can to his deputy governor or a commissioner in the cabinet. But it does not expressly state the specific portfolios that a deputy governor can hold. In some states, you see some deputy governors also holding education portfolio or science and tech or any other one. While in some states, I mean most states, they are just left alone like that, with some people even saying that they are just busy reading newspapers in their offices. And so the idea of a spare tire is something that has caused these problems. And if you look at it, it's not just starting now. Look at the Second Republic, late Governor Ajasin and Akin Omobori. That's where that crisis actually started from, where someone, just like Mahmoud Jaga has said, I mean, after the primaries, you see that Ajasin was seen by Deputy Governor Omobori as someone who actually stole some votes from him, and that he was the one that would have even emerged. And because there needed to be a unity for the party to present a united front, they said, look, you be the governor and you be the deputy governor, and then from there, we'll go into the election. But of course, after winning the election, we always have a crisis. But when they are in government, they must understand their constitutional functions. Governor Obaseki cannot tell security operatives to prevent a serving deputy governor from attending a state function. And the state security official needs to be called by the DSS and questioned why he will prevent a constitutionally elected deputy governor from performing his official functions.
If you are from Edo State and you are watching this particular video, what do you think about Shaibu and the state governor, Governor Obaseki? What is causing this chaos? What do you think that they are fighting for? Apart from this information that they said, okay, the deputy governor, Shaibu, wants to rerun as a state governor next year. That's why he's trying to bring out his cabinet to occupy the House of Assembly. While the state governor is saying, even if you want to do, but it shouldn't be like you wants to do it more than your state governor. You have to be a collective idea. Remember, there is one thing for sure. If Benin people not support you, no matter how you're going to do it, you cannot become a state governor. And on the other hand, those states have presented the governor, which is Governor Obaseki, aside Okigbenedion, and the Esako, which is the Aoshi people, have also presented their governor, which is the ex-governor Adanso Shomole. So the Ishan now are crying that, okay, it is time for we to also bring out or present our own governor that will govern the state, which is, they said they have not really ruled the state. Though their former son, Sareme Osumbo, ruled Edo State just for a year and 6 months before Adanso Shomole won the case in the court and took over the power. But now they said they want to rule Edo State. So Edo State is becoming a part of that country like Nigeria, that everyone said, it is our turn, you ruled before, it is our turn. They are trying to share power. If it is going to be like that, remember there are 18 local governments in Edo State and there are more 8 languages in Edo State. If the ESAN said, okay, it is time for we to present a governor, remember there are Genebode, there are Afuze, there are Owan, there are also Igbanke, and there are I think other local governments that I know that will also want to come out and say, okay, it is our own turn. If you rule, it will also be our turn to rule. And if power is continuing to share like this without not because of your competency, I don't think that the things in those states will work perfectly. Though the two time that I witnessed that Edo person, which is Benin person, gone, the person who they speak Benin, rule Edo State, there's nothing tangible that can be presented to the world. Now, if you look at Adam Soshomole, within the space of 8 years, he remodelized Edo State, he rebranded Edo State, and he did a lot of things. Governor Lucky Igbenedion, within his 8 years, apart from Lucky Way, I don't really think there's any other thing that he did for the state. Now, Governor Obaseki, I can't point out what he have done for the state apart from paying civil servants and pensions. I don't really know one tangible thing that I can point out. Okay, it was during his tenure that these things were done, or the road were tied, or this thing. I don't know. There was another video that surfaced on social media of the king of the Edo State, which is the Oba of Benin, trying to advise the deputy state governor, Philip Shaibu, that, okay, please tell your men to cease fire. That they told him that it is your men that is constitute nuisance in the state. So a lot of people are saying, okay, you, the state governor, you know that, okay, your deputy are the one causing this chaos in the states, using his fatality to do whatever he wants to do. Why don't you order for the arrest? If it is legal, I don't know if it is legal. On the other hand, why don't you also do Operation Wipe Them Out, like what the former state governor did, Adam Soshomole, bringing in federal mobile police and also bringing in joint task force to arrest any fatality. There are a lot of people in the Western world today that can't just come back home, though they want to invest because of the what they are hearing, the killing there, killing there. They can't just come back to invest. Even a lot of people that are wanted to come back to settle down in this state, they can't do it because of the way of the insecurity, the fatality killing themselves in the state. Aside that, there is also information out there that the local vigilante, which the state governor weaponized, that though some are doing their job perfectly, but on the other hand, they said that there are some who are using that as an opportunity to carry out their atrocities. Aside robbery, they are using the state governor weapons to assassinate one or two their rivalry court group. So I don't really know what is going on in the state right now. So, all right, what do you guys think in the comment section? I want to hear from you. What is your own opinion about these two guys fighting and these whole issues that is going on? I want to hear from you in the comment section. All right, until we meet again, please subscribe if you have not done so. And if you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out any of our official posts. Until we meet again, stay tuned for Bit TV. Peace out.
Don't forget to subscribe to get notified. And as you they show your support, now say God bless you too.
Sense on the bit.
Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV. Oh, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV.